Okay guys, back for another cast of the druid. Last time I looked out in Badlands after I was sort of carving my way there over 2 episodes, and I handed in 2 quests there. Got one in return, which was report to Helgrim, and I'm currently situated in Swarm of Sorrows in the Horde main base camp. I got a couple of quests here that are sort of lined up, including, to my knowledge, it's the last level 35 quest. It's right there. So I've lined up a 36 I got here as well, and let's see, I got a 37 that came from Desolace, and I actually do have a level 33 quest as well from Desolace, but I cannot initiate this quest before I'm done with this quest chain. So I have to do this one first. So first things first, report to Helgrim. He's standing right there. How you doing, pal? And that's it really. So I think he was the guy who initiated go talk to Nika or something in Kargath in Badlands. And then she sends a message back, I guess that she's fine, something like that. So what I'm gonna do now is buff up because I got some minor sort of fighting to do here. Yeah, let's see how tough it gets, but I think at least this one, the over here by the, I think they're called the Lost Ones or something like that, they can be rather annoying. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this round. This is sort of my sweeping round for, for collecting herbs in this area. I did so for quite a while, and it's one of the herbs that's native to this sort of area is blindweed. And there's one right here. So with respect for the local fauna here, it's not that high level anymore. Initially I was doing this as level 35. It was a little dangerous because I guess these spiders, they can whip and stuff. But blindweed is, for instance, is part of one of my favorite elixirs at the moment, meaning elixir of intellect, as you can see here. So just from what I've done from small oh yeah, and by the way, I think that's the lion's character. It's probably around this tree or this tree. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because in the last video I got flagged, and to be honest, I thought that if the alliance characters were very low level, they would never attack you, but they apparently do. I have to pretty much stand on top of him. I'm just gonna take the herbs that's around here. I hope it's not too annoying, but you could say it's part of this druid, which is really sort of making potions, and especially at the moment, transmuting is probably the most valuable thing I can do. Really, is transmuting arcanite bars from arcane crystals and thorium bars, and you have to have this made from alchemy as well. Philosopher's Stone, you just have to have it in your inventory. So what I do to be the most sort of economical is my banker makes sure there's a sufficient supply of especially arcane crystals. They are very expensive. At the moment they cost up to 35 gold. So yeah, not so fun. But on the other side, the arcanite buys, you can always sell them for a little more than the going price on the arcanite crystals. The arcanite crystals are coming from what I could read, only from rich thorium veins. And they have about 6% drop rate, so I guess the price is not entirely unfair, you could say. I'm gonna start out with this quest. Because now I'm in the neighborhood anyway. I need 10 dust, and I think the drop rate is maybe like 50%, maybe less. So this way I can sort of, I'm probably not gonna get all the dust I need here in the first round, even by sort of annihilating all the mobs here. So this way I can come back, hopefully when they respawn, when I'm done my other quests. Just gonna loot this guy. Oh. Go. It's probably lower than 50%. So that's one. Let's call it 33% for now. Oh, I'm out. And I guess that would be 50% then. I'm not gonna be a fool like that, but you get the picture. It's not terrible drop rate, but it's not 100% either. I think I'll take this guy next because then I'll have sort of a safe escape route. If things don't go my way. Yeah, and I'm trying to be economical here, so you know, small mana replenisher, this sort of tier lower than this one. Sure, I'll take him if I find him. In this sort of look out, I look like the terrible swamp beast here. The rare spawn. Actually, I am a rare spawn. That's what the rare OMkin, I guess maybe I should call them that instead. Yeah, that acid spit does hurt quite a bit. So I think there's some guy in here, he's neutral, although he kind of looks like, well, more like a blood elf, I guess. He's part of some kind of quest that I haven't engaged in yet in any characters, I guess. Not that I remember. Alright, I'm out again. I'm gonna use this. Oh, I simply didn't have enough mana to get back to my form. Anyway, that was 4. And then if I continue my journey up here, I can get sort of in the vicinity of some of the other quests I need. I can grind these guys, by the way, over here, but it's way more dangerous because the mobs in general are way higher level. That was a bit stupid. Because I got extra aggro and I somehow thought that I could get this guy closer to me. I think one of them died from the hot. Yeah. And that stuff there, it hurt quite a bit, as you can see. So do I though. Hi tiger, bye tiger. Alright. I think that's it. Well, it's not really, but I got half of the dust that I needed, so hopefully I could get the same drop rate next time and quest completed. I'm just gonna go look out for the other quests in the area, while dodging the local fauna, and then I can show you some kind of vendor in here, that looks like those sort of lost ones, but really isn't. They even sell some blue leather recipes, tribals, leather working. And life root is, I have no, well, I can make potions from them, but it doesn't really sell for much, so it's hardly worth the effort. Goldthorn is another matter. It's sort of a mid-tier potion crafting herb thing. And these guys, they look completely like the others but these guys are, well, they're neutral. Some of them are even friendly. Fortunately, there's sort of traits guy here. So, cloak, and here's the leatherworking recipe. I don't know what to say about it. Yeah, sure, if you're healer it might be nice. Pure spirit and stamina, nature resistance. I can imagine, I don't know, maybe for some kind of instances. The flame sacks that I just sold, yeah. I'm not really sure what they're used for. The reason why I'm going cat form here is that I know there's going to be a lot of zigzagging on the mount, so it's not worth the effort really. And there's a few herbs I'll take along the way. This one is even green, even though I'm capped out in herbalism. No, oh yeah, I am 315. The other was alchemy. I'm at 283. But the stealth is very handy here in the area with all these different mobs, and you should definitely respect an area like this because with all these sort of patrols crisscrossing, it's not that bad yet, but it'll get worse. All these patrols crisscrossing in various patterns that you don't know, and with a lot of mobs with like these with the ability, I'm sure, to web you. The crocs can probably daze you if you got your back to them. They can slow you. That means that more and more mobs can sort of keep you fixed, so it's hard for you to get away. And yet the blindweed is like they're often almost all herbs have sort of a special, you could say, growing condition. And what I've noticed with the blindweed is they're very close to lakes. So usually on the shore of a lake is where you'll find them. This is probably a goldthorn. I haven't even looked at. Yeah, bingo. Goldthorn usually grows on hills. So I can almost tell what kind of herb it is because the the herb I just picked, the blindweed, it could technically have been life root. Life root grows always in the vicinity of water, but they actually grow closer to water than blindweed. So life root grows closer to the shore than blindweed. Bingo. And these, yeah, they usually grow close to something, say like a tree or something. Yeah, it's easy for me to see because that's where I found it now, but they could grow close to, I don't know, something like that would, like, if you can imagine, it would sort of break the wind for it. So it could technically be close to a hill, but it wouldn't be, definitely not on the top of the hill. It would then be sort of in the behind the hill. Okay, and as you can see, the live fruit almost the same sort of growing area. But enough about the herbs. I'm sounding like a gardener, I know. So what I need here from these guys, and it's the same guys as the village I was in, really. I mean in level and looks. But I guess it's two different factions. First of all, there's an escort. Well, there's two quests. There's a guy called Noburo the Cudgel, and Noburo the Cudgel is a rather annoying one of these guys. I think he's level 38, and he's got two level probably 38 bodies as well. Oh, that one. Yeah, this is about, you know, this escape route as usually. This guy is, I need him to go away from here so I can get my herb. It's gonna be a little difficult from here, I think. But the escape route so far is this way. Over here is safe, sort of, so that's what I have to keep in mind. Let's see if I can snatch it. This is pure bonus, of course. What I'm here for is these crystals. And I think I'm actually gonna go food buff here because these guys hurt quite a bit as well. And sometimes you get more than you can chew, meaning you'll get two of them. They hurt quite a bit. Or can, especially the caster version of them. So I'm gonna start out with this guy. I need to kill this guy in order to get this crystal, that's for sure. Yeah, there's a bonus. So I'm just gonna sort of put this guy out of the game for now. And then position myself in a spot where I can get away from here. That would be over here. So I'm gonna let him come to me now. Should be fine. He's still rooted. Yeah, but this is fairly safe and I can see what I'm sort of doing here. Just gonna re-root him. Then annihilate him really. So that should be crystal number 1. And I might as well take this chest. Didn't even get this guy get aggravated. A decent chest, I'd say. Mainly because this one is used for great enchant. That I'm actually wearing at the moment, meaning a little faster run speed. I find it very useful, especially in dungeons where I can use my travel form, etc. It's also good if you sort of have to escape a dungeon. It may sound selfish, but if it's game over and we all know it and everybody's trying to run out here, then let's put it the way it's nice not to be the one that doesn't have a plus 10% run speed. I haven't experienced it before. I've been lucky that the dungeons that sort of didn't go too well. People were nice and sort of fought it out together. It's not like we died together, but we actually turned an imminent wipe to a completed dungeon. But some people, someone called them roaches. I wouldn't say that. That's pretty harsh. But that's people that skip very fast if they see trouble. From what I've seen on the net, anyway. Okay. Good thing about druid here, so versatile. I'm gonna check sort of scout the area, see if there's any easier crystal than this one. So besides the dream dust that I still need, oh yeah, and I remembered for once to put my hearth the correct place. There's a guy called Ongeku up here. Yeah. Okay, and as you can see here, the mobs are getting somewhat higher level now. I think the Rift Seekers here, they can spawn an additional sort of normal mob. So one will, oh, and there's actually two here as you can see. So it's quite crowded in here. Okay, so Ongoku's here. I'm just gonna mark him. Let's see what level are these guys. 36. So unless I fuck it up, like walking over fire or something like that, then I shouldn't get aggro here. This is getting tricky because the area down here is closer to Sunken Temple and the mobs will sort of rise quite a bit in level. So, as you can see, this is not the greatest escape route, but maybe it's got what I got at the moment. I don't know if I can get these crystals without getting... I probably can't. So, first things first, always have an escape route. And by the way, there's an escort quest here. I do not recommend doing this before you are at least level 43, because the guy is a complete... Oh, it's actually a guy standing there. Because this guy is a complete retard. More than usual, I'd say, for an NPC. He will walk sort of right into the... Yeah, to the city itself, and you can't control him in any way. He just walks his own path. So I got a nice escape route up here. There are some stealthy pandas. It's not 100% free, you could say. But I think this is going to be my starting point. And it's so, like I said, that I got this escape route. It's very needed here. No, I'm not gonna help you, pal. Not now, anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just see if I can get this guy. Yeah, if I pull 3, I'm moving out. So far 2. So, keep clubbing the totems here, and then move back to my safe spot. Then hopefully I can nuke him down now. I'll try and burst him with the fire. So you can probably imagine how fast you can get in trouble here. Imagine 2 or 3 of these guys keep rooting and healing totems, and feels like probably you are an alliance warrior in the midst of 3 horde shamans or something like that. In PvP, I mean, in a battleground, I could imagine a setup like that. Alright, so first crystal is clear. Yeah, the coast is clear. And I think I'm gonna do this guy next in order to get closer to these 2 crystals. It's a hunter, so there's no need looting him unless he wants to run. And I don't want him to run, so I'm gonna save my moonfire again for bursting. Yeah, he's dead. Alright. Then we got... Yeah, I can loot this guy. So the question is if this is 2 or 3 guys, I don't know, but if you have doubts, fill up your mana. So I still have my escape route open here. And I'm afraid this is 3 guys. Maybe more. And 2 of them are Rift Seekers, meaning that they will spawn additional mobs. So it's probably gonna be run. Let's try see if I can pull this guy over here without pulling the others. So I just want him to come a bit closer to me. He just did. It's nice. So it looks like there was a wipe in Skull Rock, unfortunately. Yeah, 2 guys, the same level. Holy shit. 3 guys at the same level. That sucked. That was like 50% of the server population at the moment, I'm afraid. It's not that bad. Nice to see people are coming online again. I was online alone for an hour or 2 this morning, but I woke up very early, so it's not completely fair to measure the server population from that. Let's try this, see if I can get this guy solo. I probably can, but I'm ready to run here. Yeah, I'm out. And as you can see, they do hurt quite a bit. Yeah, full mana defo. So I got this guy solo now. No, actually I don't. I think the first guy I killed, his pet sort of despawned. Fortunately. So besides getting my crystals, this is sort of the way I want to carve my into Ongeku or whatever he's called. So let's try again. Another one down, very nice. So I think I got one and his pet now. Should be manageable, and then I can get 2 crystals, and I still have my escape route is pretty open. It goes without saying at some point it'll be closed. So let's try this guy. If I can get line of sight on him, I'll try. Cool. Getting closer to Ongeku. And there's a final crystal there as well, so it's kind of perfect. I don't know about if it's doable, but I can't see how else I should do it solo, to be honest. I could try and just pull Ongeku solo, but maybe it would be smarter to... I think I can get this guy solo. I'm just gonna... yeah, my flight path is open, so to speak. Yeah. He might be soloable now, Ongeku. Still no respawns. Perfect. And his melee could be better. Oh, now we got respawns, unfortunately. down. Just gonna loot this other guy as well. There we go. So the question is if I want to fight one or two mobs there. Let's see if I can simply sneak this crystal over here. I'm gonna try that. Bingo. There's a lot of herbs and whatnot here. Yeah, but I'm gonna skip him. Way too dangerous killing these guys with these herbs. I can probably... Normally I can get them sort of almost for free. I mean, without any fighting. So for now I'm just going back to base here. I've been here so many times, I've never really noticed that there was a guy lying there on the carpet. Interesting, I suppose he's wounded, but interesting way to put yourself to sleep, or to rest, I mean. Oh, and by the way, as I'm an alchemist, I think there's a guy up here that sells alchemy recipes, yeah. I have this one already, sure. I'm gonna buy these two though, they can sell for a bit. Oh, and these quest items as well, and there's some guy over here, I don't recall what he sells really. Just know he's there. But it's typically vendors like these that would have something of interest. I mean, sort of standing in a bit of a shady spot, you could say. Alright. So Ongeku was completed in Desolace. I'm actually not sure who won these. Ah, okay. It's this guy over here. And then Dream Dust in the Swamp was from Booty Bay in Strangleton Vale. So it's a bit all over the world. People want to get stuff completed here. And guess who they're pointing at? Good old Black Blossom here. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back to see if the Dragonlings or whatever they're called has respawned. The flowers have at least, that's nice. And now I have finally sort of, or my spine have acknowledged that it's easier for me to use the mount, but there are few circumstances where it's easier to just stay in travel form, I guess. Especially when you have to dismount here. I'm gonna start out with this guy. At least there's one respawn here. Hopefully there are more. Yeah. And at these guys, as far as I recall, they don't flee, so... Oh, that's done yet. There we go. So there's no need to use my Moonfire as a finisher when they don't flee. I can just sort of soften them up. I usually use Moonfire, try to time it with when I can hit from their spell, that would be now. So when I'm sort of interrupted, I might as well cast Moonfire then. At least the first time. That's how, I mean, to maximize my damage, of course. So two of them there, that's one now. Yeah, this is sort of the last sort of, you could say, grindy quests I got at the moment, so I'm not gonna buff up this for a few mobs like this. Oh. Oh, that's fine. I have to remember that Innovate is not have what's it, balance spell, so I can only, let's see, I can only cast, yeah, I can only cast balance spell or spells, or it will break my form. Not much luck this time, but that's how it is. Actually, I don't think I got it. No, I haven't got a single one this time so far. So I guess I was lucky last time, or unlucky this time with the drop rates. I might go investigate if I can get a few down here afterwards. It's either that or wait for respawns. Yeah, so 2 of them left, I think. And a blind weed. Alright, quite interesting. So in the end I almost got as many as last. -1. Okay, so I'm gonna try and see if I can get the last one down sort of to the, what would that be, the east of the base here. Stone art. And let's find that alliance guys I was talking about. It's an alliance quest giver. At least it's a go talk to that guy for alliance. And the reason why is I never really pointed him out, and you know, when the first time I accidentally almost stumbled into him, there was an alliance guy way higher level than me. He's right there. Watch your bigs. There was an alliance character way higher. So I was coming from this direction, and then I saw a flower, I think here or something like that. And then this guy was standing there. Was it oops? And then there came say a level 50 or something like that. Maybe lower, but he wasn't skull to me, but he was at least 6-7 levels higher than me. So the worst case scenario could have been that the NPC would have attacked me, and then I was flagged, and then you had like a way higher level alliance right beside you. That would have been so nice. So yeah, just watch out if you come from that direction and you don't want to get flagged. But like with the level 15s, I pretty much had to stand right on top of him. But now I know at least that they will attack you even though they aren't guards. I always thought they were kind of passive, really. Just gonna check out if this is a bot. It's not. And if it was a bot, oh, 2 more. If it was a bot, then he would be fairly low level. Just gonna buff him. So I'm looking for this dust. Meaning I'm looking for these small guys. Let's see, where are you? Straight ahead. And I have to take into consideration that the mobs might even be higher level than me. So going stealthy here. And yeah, that's a little bonus. Alright. So I didn't want aggro from this guy. So I'm gonna root him and then I'm gonna run back. Back home to mommy. I'm just gonna dump the aggro. Running the other way to dump the aggro would be pretty stupid because I don't know the area that well. I haven't scouted it for mobs. So I might run into something that's much worse. Alright, so he dropped the aggro. I'm running back. I'll just stay in travel form because I guess I wanna go. I'm not gonna ride around here like some other hillbilly. Anyway, so big fella. Yeah. Oh, so it's actually these guys that can drop the dust. That sucks. Okay. Ah, okay. Forget about it. I think I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna engage in level 43 mobs with level 41s behind me that can whip. Forget about it. So if you're tempted to do stuff like that, always ask yourself, is it worth dying for? And the answer is, I think, always no. So let's run back to the small guys. I might, I don't know, pick a couple of herbs in the meanwhile. In the meantime, I need to replenish my mana as well. So I could cut the video here, but on the other hand, this is part of this is so classical WoW as it could get. I mean that you're not getting all the quest items you need from the first round. Let's see. My mage can get this. My mage uses these for enchanting, say like my boots. And yeah, I haven't played the mage forever really, but he's still there and sort of semi-active as I use him, like I said, as an enchanter. My banker will get this, and let's see, for a warrior project, and that's pretty much it. The rest is sort of for myself, you could say. Oh yeah, I could go hand in this quest as well. So it's not like I'm completely jobless in this area. Yeah, we got respawns already. Perfect. Either that or I missed this guy somehow. Oh yeah, baby, the damage. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's try. Ah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was wondering about going full gangster here and just riding dirty all the way over to the village, but it's probably not gonna end well. At least not in a straight line. Yeah, nope. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get aggro here. Nope. There's a mob, maybe it's sort of locked in that tree. There we go. And from what I recall, this is the only quest that these guys really offer. So, yeah. Let's see if we can get back without sort of killing the whole zoo here. Oh, so many nice flowers. To be honest, I've never seen anyone pick these, but I think they are awesome. They were especially for leveling both herbalism and alchemy as well. And not only that, but the potions I make from them is actually the best I have at the moment. As druid, as OOM kin. Go in the other direction, please. Thank you. So I'm pretty much heading back to base now, and I'm gonna take the few flowers I can get while I'm doing that. And hopefully I won't get tangled up in spiders and jaguars. Yeah, I'm home free. So I'm gonna fly first to Swamp of Sorrows, and I'll probably call that a video, and then unless there's some kind of follow-up to this quest. And then afterwards, where's the fly guy there? And then afterwards, in a new video, because there's a lot of traveling time, I'm gonna go and hand in the Ongeku quest, because then I can. I think there's a couple of follow-ups to this one, but eventually means that I can get going with this one. About these two, it's two different sort of factions you have to grind, and if you grind one, you'll become hated with the other. I can show you my current reputation with these guys. I'm friendly with the Gelkis clan. I don't know why it doesn't say so in the quest. Oh, okay, of course it does. It's because I have to be friendly with the other. So I've been killing these guys, the Magram clan, and it's some Kolkars. They pretty much look the same. The reason why I choose to start out with these guys is because eventually I want to reverse, so that I start killing these guys, and these guys are more numerous and sort of packed in a smaller area, so they're easier to kill. There's not much moving around there. That's why I do it that way. But that's the completionist marathon here. So first you have to grind, I think, from neutral to friendly, which I've done by killing these guys. You then get a couple of quests from this faction, the Gilkis clan, including Ongeku here, and there might be a few other quests as well. And when you're done with these, you can then turn it around simply by declaring you yourself. I'm not going to do it right now, but you can change this from, at the moment it's just, there's nothing there, you know, like this. But I had it as an experience bar because I wanted to remind myself that you have some business to do here. But eventually you can remove the experience bar and then click at war, and then you can start attacking these guys even though they were actually friendly to you. You can't do that with all factions. I don't think you can do it, say, with Orgrimmar. Yeah, you can't. As you can see here, it's not an option, it's grey. I would have been surprised if you could, to be honest. But you can do it with some factions. So actually you can grind this, the Magram. You can grind these guys all the way to revered, I think, or almost revered. It probably stops at revered. So you have to go through hated or hostile that I am now to, I think, neutral to friendly to honored to revered. So it's a long grind. The reason why I keep this open is that sometimes I need, say, silk cloth, or and these guys drop silk cloth, and sometimes I need dust that are sort of achieved or gained. It is gained. The dust can be gained by disenchanting certain items, so it could actually be useful grinding these guys, especially as they are humanoids, so they will often drop cloth items. It's a long grind, pretty boring. I'm not gonna record it, but there's not that many options you can say if you're, say, waiting for a group, and that's usually when I do this kind of thing. So when I decide, okay, I want to do a dungeon, let's do something useful. Yeah, sure, you can fish, or you can explore, or you can just stand looking at the guild chat or something like that. I guess it's individual what people want. I'd like to do something that helps my account as a whole, you could say. So some other new character I got could make use of the the silk, for instance. So that's usually what I do. I could even sometimes swap characters. So if I can't make up something to do, then I can have a character just grind these factions in order to have something to do at least while I'm waiting for a dungeon. And this is partly why just gonna hand in this quest. or actually this is the main reason why David is probably gonna leave this server for the other, at least for some time, maybe forever, I don't know. I hope he stays, but it's a free country and he can do as he wish. And that's what I told him, of course. I guess he felt a little bad about him sort of moving without me so far, but you know, I think he might come back because as I told him, which I don't remember if I said so here. I'm just gonna check out the quest here. I told him that, yeah, he made sort of a meta commercial for the other server, understood as um, come to the other server, make a character there, it's instant dungeon, 7 layers, yada yada yada. I kind of knew that already, so it's no big surprise, you know. And I told him that, yeah, I could see the benefits of that, and I really can. Especially when you sometimes have to wait like a week to get a dungeon. It's not always like that here, but sometimes it is that hard, really. I must admit that last time, one of the reasons why I had to make a week to join a dungeon was that the guys thought I was too high level for the dungeon. The ironic part is that I saw later that they wiped in the dungeon. It was a level 28 priest that was the healer, and I was level 37, I think. So I know how it's not like I speculate that in that at all. You know how I am. Would like to get as little experience as possible. Lost and found. Okay, well I can repair by you at least. I don't know what this guy's for, but I can imagine it's something, you know, about CPC mounts, stuff like that. But as I said to David, now at the moment I've accumulated, and I think I made a speech about this in another video, but I'm just gonna repeat myself then. I made some wealth from my banker. I got a leather worker, I got a miner, I got a blacksmith, I got a tailor, I got an enchanter, I got an alchemist, I got a herbalist and this guy. And I met some people here that I talked to. I must admit that quite a few of them have left for the other server now. But I also had people returning already saying that people on the new server are rather rude. Maybe they've just been unlucky, I don't know, but what I told David is that dungeons isn't everything, you know, and I usually, most of my videos I grind solo. Um, maybe, not maybe, but mainly because it's not like I don't like playing with other people, I actually do that, but no, there's not a lot of people that want to play the game like I do, and I'm very sort of OCD minded about this, that I hate when I'm not getting the full reputation from my quests, so I prefer doing all of them. And let's check this out. And what I figured out later is that, yeah, well, sorry, I lost the thread with the apples now, but at least they did fall into the water. Um, yeah, well, I really prefer playing the game like this. I feel like so unsatisfied, just, you know, moving on, always trying to hunt the fastest XP possible, and then usually dying due to that impatience that you have to. You're picking quests that are too high or mobs that are too high. Like say that gadgets group that actually died, probably due to being too low level. I don't know what level the other guys were, but I saw that priest that sort of rejected me to the group, even though they have a hard time finding DPS. I even told them that I didn't need any loot, but you know, so I know the reason why he didn't want me is that I'm way higher level than him. I'm 37, he's 28. I may be a little high for the dungeon, but still the last quest was yellow to me, so I can't really see I was that high. And I would say, he's very low level to the dungeon. So I guess some people they really take a what would you say, a pride into getting the maximum possible experience all the time, even though it's risky. And I'm not a player like that, as you know. I'm quite the opposite. So now I'm talking so much, I might as well go hand in these quests as well. I got one in Thousand Needles and one in Desolace. So yeah, I feel a bit sad about David maybe leaving for good, but it's been a good journey. We had some good times. If you want to do something else, I'm not going to be the one sitting on him. What kind of a bad friend would that be? Um, and at least he had the courage to, yeah, and he's not afraid of anything, but he had the courage to tell me that he has started a couple of characters there. I have noticed it, of course, but I guess he would have to break the news himself. So he got a couple of lobies, and he did agree that it's hard starting all over when you have. I think David got maybe 4 or 5 characters as well, including a level 60 hunter. So it's not like he's not making a sacrifice here in order to be on a high pop server. And to be honest, there's not much to on a server like this. This is Necrush, I think. I never, yeah. There's not much to celebrate in anniversary ways. Thank you, Blizzard, for draining half the or more 2/3 of the players to some other server because I don't know, all the celebrities are there, whatever. But it's not easy, I guess, for Blizzard either. You want to make people happy, and there's always someone complaining anyway. But it's a bit of a drag when you lose like 2/3 of the population on the server. I don't think the server is gonna die, and the reason why is that we have 2 rather large horde guilds. I'm not aware of the situation at Alliance at all, but I know there was an Alliance guild that gave a world buff yesterday, actually 2 world buffs, so I think Alliance is pretty active still. The population is usually low on the server, but we got some pretty big rating. Wrong button. We got some pretty big rating guilds still. 2 on Horde side. You know what, I'm just gonna go sell this and get some more mana. In Victory is the top dog here on this server. I think they've cleared most of Nax, not Naxxramas, not ME, I don't know. I think they need maybe 3-4 bosses, something like that still. Hello, little guy. Could you sell me some mana, please? There we go. So, Black Blossom's ready for a new adventure here. For starters, I'm gonna fly to Thousand Needles, hand in. Oh god. I dismounted somehow. That was why I was moaning and taking the Lord's name in vain, which I should do. Not that I'm that Christian, but I respect people's religion. Let's see. Yeah, free wind post. I'll see you there. Well, yeah, so that was about what I had at heart for now. Oh yeah, and like I told David, one thing is, I've thought about it, but I think I've invested too much in this server, and I know other people than him. So this feels more like home to me. It's a question of loyalty as well, I think. And so I'm definitely not gonna leave the server anytime soon, even if I was like the last guy standing. But the other thing is, a very important thing of hardcore, I think, is loyalty and trust. Especially, who do you trust? I mean, it's great to come to a new server with 7 layers and you got instant dungeon, but you don't know these players at all. They might grief you. They might be really poor players, and your average player is kind of rushy, very impatient, and very selfish, meaning that they will need on stuff that, especially when the economy is really slow in the beginning, on stuff maybe that they don't even need just to sell it. I mean, I've seen almost everything, and that's one of the things that keeps me on the server is that I've had like 90% positive experience with other players here. Very friendly, very helpful, and it's sort of what goes around comes around. So as you can see, when I meet a hunter, I buff him and say hello maybe, and I met a mage at some point and I just needed one mob, so I invited him. I could see he was doing the same quest, it was in another episode. So I buff him up and I could see he wasn't that well geared, so I give him uh, some, maybe an elixir and a couple of MP5 food, stuff like that. And I'm not gonna do that if people keep, being rude and treating me like shit, really. Then I'm not gonna help other people.. I'm not even gonna buff them. Anyway, I'm just about to eat an orange. So I'm just gonna cut the mic, but I'm gonna turn in this quest. It's out in the Shimmering Flats. There might be a follow-up. I'll take it from there. After that, I'm probably gonna move on to. I maybe run back here, but I might move on to Tenaris down here, and then I'm gonna fly to Desolace in order to hand in the Ongeku quest. That's what's gonna happen. I'm probably not gonna eat for that long, but it would be kind of weird for me to have you listen to. Man, it's one of the things that make me a bit itchy is when people can't chew without closing their mouth. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the sound for now. Hopefully I remember to get it back on. So yeah, so see you around. La 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 la. Okay, guys, I'm back from eating oranges. Yeah, made a fresh cup of coffee, so time for brown manna and all. I'm on my way back to hand in Ongeku. There might be a follow-up to that one, but other than that, this is sort of to get finished with this chain so I can engage in this chain instead. I've linked the Scarlet Monastery. It's more like to remind myself that I'm getting closer to the area where it would be interesting to get the run done. Like I said, it takes a while now to get a group going, which is mainly why David has left for now at least. So start looking out as soon as you can, really. There's another guy here looking for Scarlet Monastery. I'll wait for him down. But he's not forming any group really. And I choose to pick this even though it's a level 43 quest. It's just a go talk to quest, so it won't give me much experience. I chose to pick it up. But as far as I can see, well, when I'm done with these two, it's definitely level 36 or 37 quests I'm sort of hunting afterwards. .37 here. 2 level 37s, and that's the 37 in this dungeon. It doesn't award any reputation, I know that for a fact. So it's not that important to me. I mean, it could be great, doesn't matter. So 2 level 37 quests at least. They might not offer a reputation as well. They're made from humanoids, I mean sort of alliance kind of guys. So 36 over here, that would most likely offer Orgrimmar reputation, so I'd like to get that one done. This one doesn't award any reputation. I still have it on my level 56 warrior because the guards are level 55 and they will web you and are extremely aggressive, so I plan to do it. Why not wait until 60 if I survive for that long? 37, yeah. So I'm definitely any level 37, and because there's some 37s here as well. Is basically what I'm looking for. I got a few active level 36, and then there was one level 36 I can pick up. But this is, even though it's a bit all over the world all the time, it's definitely the most secure way to get things done. If you feel like, you know, you have a lot of experience to give before with the current quest you have left, then yeah, sure, then I can do some higher level quests as well. But you have to take into consideration that sometimes you want to do a dungeon and there's a ton of experience in that usually. So anyway, I have to talk to Utrecht the Wise. Yeah, that's the mission right now. Talk to complete this quest and most likely get another one. I think the guy is standing right down in this tent. Yeah, so the question is where do I want to have my hearth, but I don't really see any sort of advantage, not much of an advantage, making hearthstone here in Shadowprey Village, where I am now. Especially if I want to just go hand in this quest. I can imagine this quest will lead to something maybe even a higher level. Uh, yeah, I'll take it from there, but it's a nice quest just to dump it. There's never much experience in these kind of quests. The go talk to that guy quest. Okay, so I gotta kill Jehn, and I have no idea where he is actually. Oh, there I guess. Alright, off we go. But usually, you know, the part where I ate the orange, where I'm sort of traveling around, is the part where I sort of I do this sort of off screen, so you guys don't have to see all this traveling time and all. But maybe it's, you know, it's fairly smart to sometimes show the whole picture, you could say. What I do then is normally I tell, you know, while off screen I did this and this and that. Usually it's just small things like, say, traveling from one continent to the other, so I'm ready to engage in combat pretty much right away. Oh, Blood, that's nice. I know I see sometimes a lot of level, not a lot of lot of level, but some level 60s here. Very nice. Uh, and I'm sure they're sort of farming these. They are used for various high-end potions. Usually like a lot of them, maybe like, I don't know, 20, 40 for these fairly rare plants. So currently it's definitely thinned out in the quest stuff. I only got one item at the moment. What was that? That's a brew sweet. I could care for that. It's a low level potion. Brew sweet you will probably use in a potion like healing pot, level 12 required healing pot. And yeah, if I ever need such, say for my, I have a upcoming warrior project. I'll tell you all about it eventually. But for now, I'm gonna. I really enjoy playing the druid, so I'm gonna continue that. Um, I have unfortunately a tendency I've had so far to change character a lot, and I can imagine if you're sort of watching the videos, it might be a little annoying if you're following one of them. That, you know, all of a sudden I change for months to other characters. Sorry, but it's not like I, you know, that I wanna like forever abandon that character. It's just by some random thingy. I guess I just felt like playing another character, or I wanna level their, say, leatherworking or stuff like that. Anyway, I'm where I'm supposed to be here. And while I was gibbering about everything here, I didn't really see what that guy got killed of. By the way, live food, as I talked about earlier, as you can see, always very close to water, sometimes even in the water. But it's more like a graphical issue, I think. I think this guy is inside the tent here, like there. Yep, ugly mofo. So I'm gonna take his body here first. Yeah, that sounded wrong, I know. guy didn't really stand a chance. Then I'm gonna pull this guy. Oh, he had a body as well. So I'm gonna root this other guy and then grind this guy down. Just make a little distance to him. Good night. The other guy's there. Oh, can't cast any spells right now. Got this for you though. And good night. Cool. The only thing that's not so cool is that I'm out of mana. And yeah. It's never a smart thing being out of mana, especially if you're some... Oh. Okay, did I miss something here? Okay, I got it set. Ah, okay. I guess I'm supposed to... Ah, okay, I know what I'm missing now. I'm supposed to be friendly with these guys. That's what I don't... No, I'm such an idiot. It's because I'm looking at the wrong faction. This is a Magron faction, and I'm currently doing a job from the Gelkis. But they pretty much look alike, and like I said, the reason why I never grind these guys is that, you know, like you can see how spread out they are. Not to mention that they're sort of intermingled with other mobs. So I couldn't care less for their rewards. They have some kind of greenish reward. When you get sort of up here in the end game of their jobs or quests. So I don't recall if this is the last quest, but I think we're getting there kind of slowly. So yeah, when we have, you know, when the players are kind of scarce, make sure to be nice and buff them. And as you can see, people will usually sort of be happy about it. It's like, you know, when there's too many people, they become usually a little annoying, and when there's too few, it's really nice to meet other players and see all this interaction in a positive way. I wonder if it was a guildy, but it wasn't. I didn't even see that. This guild, by the way, is sort of merged. It's actually two guilds merged into one. But yeah, of course, I can only see one of the guilds, so the Roster, I forgot how to pronounce. Rooster, probably. Roster, probably, actually. Rooster is some male chicken or something like that. I think. Oh, never mind. But he was, the other guild is called just Hardcore, I think. Anyway, let's hand in the quest. And, alright. Yeah, okay, so the last quest here is Kanrada. I'm gonna wait with this one. Mainly because I know it's really, really tough quest. And one of these giants here, it's a really tough quest. You're sort of getting overwhelmed. And the other quest that I can't sort of continue with is it doesn't award any reputation anyway. So there's no reason to risk my life, and I would surely die if I tried to do this quest because yeah, it's there's a lot of mobs coming when you blow his horn. You have to kill some mobs in order to get a piece for a horn. And then when you blow the horn, there will come several waves of level 40-ish mobs naturally in a place where you cannot. It's very hard to escape from there unless you have some sort of fall damage reduction. So I think, guys, for now I'm gonna call it an episode. It's been a long one and a long rant about everything. So as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. What I'm gonna do, by the way, I'm just gonna hand in the quest to Booty Bay, and then I'll figure out where to start questing next time. So take care, bye bye.